Oh, I mean, well, you saw it at the bash, didn't you? And the shenanigans that went on after that,
No,
and all
exactly.
the carry on. So there's because of the history and because of the transplant between the two of them, and the whole everybody hates Paul Rowley business. That yeah, there's more behind that one that drags up the emotion out of it when it doesn't really need to, and it wouldn't be the sort of thing you recreate against another side.
With Josh McCrone out waiting for his baby to be born, Blake Wallace came back in and really impressed. I think Blake Wallace is in
I
that
really
group of
hope that
people
when
that are going to go through. You'd feel the whole progression with them. Hopefully, Liam Kay being another and Adam Sidlow being another, that they're the sort of certainties in that group, and it does look like they've got a few players who are probably Super League ready, in people like
yeah.
Ackers, Gareth O'Brien, obviously, who just fell out of Super League this year. People in the front row like Buchanan and Lussick. So I do think that they can be.
I really hope
in the
when Josh
qualifiers.
McCrone's child was a little bit older, it starts mouthing off to him and says, "Respect goes both ways, Dad." And he goes, "Actually, it doesn't, son." So off you go.
Well, it'll demonstrate he's learnt his lesson, of course. Okay.
Yeah, it would do.
A thriller at Hayward Road. It was Swinton 29, Dewsbury 28. This one finished up. I think Dewsbury outscored them in terms of tries, but Swinton's Chris Hankinson was solid with the boot and slotted a drop goal as well in that one. Sheffield 24, Toulouse 46. Impressive away win for Toulouse against a Matty Smith featuring Sheffield side.
There we go.
Featherstone 80, Rochdale 4. So Rochdale's woes continue, but Featherstone.
Yeah, Featherstone crushing it there.
Batley 16, London 38, and Barrow 22, Halifax 42. So basically, the top teams beating the bottom teams, as we've experienced throughout this season in the Championship.
Yeah. So to look at the other half of the flip side of the 8 and what we've got to come up.
Well, what
on
are the
the
standings
bottom
first?
half. Yeah, so the Wolfpack stay top and formally seal their qualifier spot with 35 points. That means they're 9 ahead of 5th place with only 8 points to play for. Toulouse on 28 stay second, maintaining their points advantage over Fev. Halifax are still 4th on 27, and London sit just tantalisingly outside on 26 points. Lee are 6th on 24. No change in the bottom half, with Batley, Barrow, Sheffield, Dewsbury, Swinton and Rochdale as they were, but Swinton move on to 8 points, just one behind Dewsbury, above them in those all-important relegation spots. So, taking a closer look at the running for the top 4 spots. So, as it stands at the moment, it's obviously Toronto have sealed their spot already, and Toulouse, Fev, Halifax, Broncos and Lee are the ones that are in contention. So looking at the run-ins, Toulouse who currently sit on 28 points and a plus 375 points difference, and they've got London at home, which is next week, and that's I think is going to be the marker game.
Yeah.
Barrow away, which is never a great one to travel to. Halifax away, another one that's going to be amongst one of their rivals, and Dewsbury at home. So you can discount the Dewsbury at home one quite quickly. That's only going one way.
I think Barrow, with their current woes as well, I wouldn't be expecting them to beat a top side at this stage of the season. It really does come to, if they win either of those London or Halifax games, that's them in the top 4.
Yeah. So next down is Fev, and they are on 28 as well, plus 346 points difference. They've got Halifax away, which is going to be a horrible one for them. Swinton away, so chalk that one up. London at home, and then Toronto away. So you can take that out the other way. So it's those 2 games against sides in and around them in Halifax and London that are going to be Fev's key tests.
Yeah, and I think the Halifax one in particular it's crucial because if they win that one, I think they're probably going to just about have enough, aren't they, beating Swinton as well, you would probably expect. So crunch game there, yeah.
Yep, so next down then is Halifax. They're on 27 points with a plus 178 points difference, and I think they've got probably got the worst running. If you look at it, as we've already mentioned, they've got Featherstone at home, London away, Toulouse at home, and then Rochdale away. So we chalk the Rochdale one up, but those three, I mean, they're all battles that could go either way. And you'd probably say, well, the Toulouse one will probably go to Toulouse. Featherstone, I think, will win that one. So it's just down to that London fixture.
To me, it's the Featherstone fixture. It is the absolutely crucial one. There, if they win that one, then they've got to be, I think, really confident about overhauling Featherstone over the pace towards the end of the season. With that 1 point situation, their low points difference doesn't necessarily come into it because they've got that draw. That's kind of got them on an odd number. One thing in their favour is they've got a couple of those games at home, haven't they? I suppose.
Yeah.
So they're the incumbents at the moment. What about the two chasing?
Yeah, the two challengers, London, who are sitting on 26, so just a point behind Halifax at the moment. A points difference of a plus 409, so actually the best points difference of any side as it stands. That's all those early season big victories that they've racked up, isn't it? And Toulouse away, so that's a horrible one. Halifax at home, Featherstone away, and then Barrow away. So apart from Barrow away, probably, although London teams don't tend to do that well in Cumbria, so it's not a certainty by any means. And Barrow might well have managed to get themselves a bit out of the midden at the muck by that point. So doesn't look great for London, does it?
I'm a bit fearful for them. I think if Halifax lose at Fev and London can beat Halifax, clearly that's an absolute huge boost. But I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning 3 of the remaining 4, and I think they would have to win 3 of the remaining 4 to get in. Probably. Because Leeds, who are on 24, plus 251 is their points difference, but they've basically got 4 wins. They've got Batley away, Rochdale away, Swinton at home, and Sheffield at home. They're playing 4 teams in the bottom half of the table.
So they could quite come, bar it's in their own hands effectively there.
If they get to so based on this, I'm sort of putting Toulouse on probably at least 32 points, at least. I'm putting Lee on 32 points as well. I think that's what makes this Featherstone Halifax fixture so intriguing. And then if London could sneak a win against Toulouse, maybe that mixes it up a bit more. But I'm kind of feeling it's going to be Halifax and London who miss out.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I think, given Lee's running, and then the absolute horror shows that Halifax and London have got, I can't see. But the only thing that does go in London's favour is that points difference, that if it does come down to a tie on points, that they've got that.
No, exactly.
The extra bit.
That's the one hope they've got over Featherstone, I think, if Fax can beat Fev. It's really intriguing, very exciting. Can't wait to follow all those games. Okay, into League One. Do you know what round it was? Was it 15? 15 or 16?
I think it might have been more than that.
15 or 16, I think. It was West Wales.
It was round 15.
There you go. West Wales 12, London Scholars 62, Coventry 12, Bradford 62. But that doesn't tell the full tale, was it? Because it was pretty close at half time.
Not at all.
Was it 16-6 at half?
Yeah, and for a large part, for a good 20 to 30 minutes, Coventry were ahead.
Right.
Because of mainly for Bradford's just bombing errors, and Dane Chisholm, I think the guy next to me was getting apoplectic towards him, but he was the Bradford football manager, and he must have dropped 3 or 4 good chances, or tried to go himself, or just made the wrong decision. So they had that thing, and Coventry scored first, and that is the point which I nearly lost my voice, because I just absolutely blew it at that point. I went full go, and the music was blaring, and everyone, that was good fun. And But yeah, I mean the Coventry were attacking, and there was a couple of tries that came off, certainly off the back of. It was really the spell, probably the 10 minutes straight after half time. Clearly, John Keir had done what we all know John Keir does brilliantly, which is motivate people for a short period of time. And he'd gone in and given them an absolute rocket at half time, and they came out that 10 minutes and they were just unstoppable.
Right, okay.
And they got the ball and they were straight up from, before I'd even opened my bottle of water to do that. So, and then they just blew away. And Joe Keighley scored a lovely try as well. So, and obviously the London lad, someone was happy to see him do well.
Definitely.
Bradford, did the scoreline doesn't really display it, partly because there's a few that came off.
Joe Keys, of course, a former Brentwood Eel as well, so we're always looking out for how he's doing.
Yeah, there's a couple that came off when Coventry were trying to attack and they were shifting the ball out wide, and then it didn't go, and then Bradford picked it up and quickly scored. Right. And just lots of those sorts of ones which don't fit. I know there was a negative tweet that I saw from Martin Sadler, said, West Wales and Coventry lost by the same scoreline, what's the point of having them in the competition, blah, 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 blah. And quite a few of us jumped straight on and said, actually, that doesn't tell the story of the game itself, doesn't tell the story of the day either, where everybody who was there, I said everybody who was at the game went home happy. If you're a Coventry fan, you saw them take the lead, stand up, really attack it, and you saw a young side, average age of 21 or 22, throw the ball about and really go for it.
And Coventry lost to the side at the top of the table, who probably by all rights shouldn't really be in. Probably a little bit too good for this division. Whereas West Wales lost to the side that finished. Are currently 11th.
And by all accounts, didn't play to their full potential on this game either.
Yeah, it paints it a bit differently. There's a lot of work to be done in West Wales. Coventry are not hugely ahead of them in terms of how the table looks, but in terms of where they are as clubs, massively ahead. Okay, another big.
Well, one final thing on that one is just again say thank you to all the Bradford fans that came and made it such a special occasion and such a brilliant day. And the one thing that I did find quite funny was the Bradford supporters coach was the poshest vehicle I think I've ever seen anyone shown up to a rugby league game in. It was double decker windows, TVs everywhere, and that was their fans coach. It wasn't even the players coach. It was very posh. They've clearly got too much money up there, but it was just a really great day and great to be part of it, and had a very nice evening on the back of it as well. Some of the staff went out and we enjoyed ourselves off the back of it.
Excellent. Well, another one-sided fixture for one of the expansion development area teams. Hemel lost 74 points to 10 against Doncaster, who finally bit their losing run. A game that probably is the standout game this weekend in this competition. North Wales 18, Hunslet 19.
Yeah, we had some feedback on this one. Mark Butler said a hard-fought game in inhumane heat. Did you see the pictures of the game?
It looked, the game.
Yeah,
the drop goal.
The drop goal, but just on the inhumane heat bit before we finished,
Mark. The pitch was yellow.
It looked like it was being played in kind of
Kenya.
Somewhere in I was going to say northern Queensland, but it was like it was on a savannah, wasn't it? It was just on a complete dusty track, and there was even some sort of palm tree type things over to the far side, and you thought you could tell me this was coming from somewhere up in Queensland, and I wouldn't have batted.
Yeah, completely.
Anyway, sorry. A hard-fought game in inhumane heat, which Hunslet won with a drop goal that you could generously call a head chopper, or more accurately call a daisy cutter, inexplicably awarded. Hunslet were probably just about value to win through. They had a slight touch more class, and Crusaders had to dig in as the game got loose. Crusaders tend to perform well against such teams, but don't turn it into wins that often. Right, we've got to talk about it. That drop goal, and I'm doing the bunny marks, because... I mean, how?
Well, I saw Ian Smith give an explanation in a Twitter conversation that I read at lunchtime today, and he said, when you look at the shadows,
it's
not and also the direction he would have turned. He would have turned to look right into the sun,